Hello, my name is Daphne Garcia, and today we will be talking about environmental racism, specifically the fact that schools in poorer communities with Black and brown people are surrounded by areas with a huge amount of pollution. For instance, I for myself am a student at high school who happens to be located right next to a freeway and in an area where there are restaurants at every corner. Therefore, this means that there are cars, trucks zooming by all the time, and our high school is right in the middle of it. Myself, along with my fellow classmates, have to be breathing in this toxic air. It is concerning to know that the risks of breathing in this toxic air from the highways can stunt lung growth, trigger asthma attacks, contribute to heart disease, and raise risks of cancer. I want to know why this is happening to minorities in my community. I drive far from the city and to more suburban areas and do not see this happening in schools where Hispanics don't attend, where Black people aren't attending, but mainly white Caucasians. What does this have to do with why are minorities being placed in a position in which they have to worry about their health while going to school for the education? It is also surprising that parents are not aware of the situation. They see their closest school that is located from where they live and enroll their student there. But they can't do anything about the situation that the school is in by being near areas of pollution. In fact, some parents aren't aware and believe that they are sending their students to school to learn. About 8,000 U.S. public schools lie within 500 feet of highways, roads with significant traffic. About 8,000 U.S. public schools. Wow. That's about 1 in every 11 public schools, severely roughly 4.4 million students who are at risk, who are putting their health at risk. We mainly just go to school to get our education, focus on our future, and that is our path. Although schools in communities who are poor, who don't have as many resources as others, this isn't the only factor for them. They have to worry about pollution and their kids being sick. Some solutions for these schools who are unfortunately in a bubble of pollution would be cleaning the soot from their kids' desks or getting pollution trapping plants. This works in which the plants are essentially cleaning the air in their classrooms, and there is less toxins from the pollution that is being given from the highways and the streets. If this is happening in your school, you may also ask the school for high-grade air filters, in which could better the air surrounding the classrooms and having the kids not breathing in this toxic air. This would be a long-term solution, but a nationwide change to our vehicles, that could be another possible solution. Although having electric cars being out here in present day today, they are very expensive. It's not like just anyone can buy an electric car. I would say, personally, if we want to better our environment, have less pollution, and be nice to the environment, we should make something like electric cars, which don't let out pollution, accessible to everyone. If electric cars are accessible to everyone, then that would leave our planet Earth leading towards a more positive result. Given that cars have been such an are actually a very essential tool today to get around, to travel. If we let go of cars who need gas, which in fact gas is a resource that is not there forever and will eventually run out, we could lean towards electric cars. Although we need to make this accessible for everyone in order to better our community. Furthermore, I am happy to say that as in California, administrators have been aware of this problem and realize that it is worldwide in which this is happening. Therefore, when it became a problem, California banned new school construction within 500 feet of freeways in 2003, with some exceptions. Then, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency has warned school districts about traffic pollution impacts since at least 2011 and recommends that schools districts think carefully before picking sites that are nearby busy streets. Despite these new rules, districts across the country continue to do so. Nearly 1 in every 5 schools that has opened in the 2014 through 2015 school year was built by our busy road. As I've mentioned before, personally, I go to a high school in LA that is right next to the 2nd freeway with very busy streets. When thinking about it, I don't go to school and worry about the pollution that I am if I'm not thinking very thoroughly. I go to school and think I'm here for my education. Although it is very concerning and I am at risk by going to school there because of the toxins that are released by pollution, and this is not okay. It is not okay for the youth. It is not okay for our future leaders to be at risk when all they are doing is going to school. A solution for this could be Southern California air agencies, along with the South Coast Air Quality Management District, have designed settlements from polluting companies and other funds to cover the costs of the filtration at about 80 schools near freeways or pollution sources. This is very good news because agencies are also aware of the very huge problem in which students are being placed in. They want to help out and they want them to have the best education and not worry about health problems such as inhaling toxic air. According to the Center for Public Integrity, the problem affects all sorts of students, but it predominantly affects minority or low-income schools. Even though minority and white students are equally likely to attend public schools in suburbs, which is where about 2,600 schools lie near busy roads, there is an urban-rural divide. This divide is that minority students are much more likely than white students to attend public schools in big cities, which account for nearly 3,000 schools near such roads. They are also a lot less likely than white students to attend class in rural areas where traffic is generally lighter. Big cities serve a higher percentage of low-income students too. This is a problem because in a big city you are surrounded by cars everywhere you go. Therefore, these minorities that are going to the schools in big cities are in fact in the middle of it all and are inhaling toxic air. As stated in this article, we have seen that white students don't have this problem. Why? Why is it that it is like this? I, for one, knowing that I go to a high school by a freeway, would very much like to put this topic and present it to my principal, to administrators. Given that we are an environmental and science high school, this should be a concerning topic. Even if we weren't, it should still be a concerning topic because our students have been placed in an area that where they go for the education, they are also risking themselves. Hopefully in the near future, we come up with solutions just like these air trapping plants or having electric cars accessible to everyone, or something as simply as following the rules that were set in 2003 in which schools should not be constructed by busy roads. That is in fact hard given that our population is expanding by the minute. But if we truly care about the health of our future leaders, of our future endeavors, we should do everything we possibly can in order to keep them safe and healthy when preparing for their great and bright future. Thank you. This was Daphne Garcia talking about environmental racism.